Welcome to Tango Naranjito. I am Gary Naranjo, and together we'll explore the music, culture, and dance that is Tango Argentino. We'll discover what makes tango such a beautiful art form, and hopefully, you'll feel inspired to experience its magic for yourself. So, let's dive in and listen to the music and stories that make tango truly special. In this episode, we are going to explore the life of Libertad Lamarque, affectionately known as La Novia de America, America's sweetheart. She was a distinguished Argentine actress and singer whose career spanned over 7 decades, leaving an indelible mark on Latin American cinema and music. Libertad Lamarque was born on November 24th, 1908, in Rosario, Santa Fe, Argentina, into a family deeply rooted in contrasting ideals and cultures. Her father, Gaudencio Lamarque, was a tinsmith by trade, hailing from French ancestry, with a complex personality shaped by his strong anarchist beliefs and bohemian lifestyle. Gaudencio's anarchism influenced many aspects of his family life, not least in his choice of the name Libertad, Spanish for freedom, which he bestowed on his youngest child as a statement of his unwavering commitment to liberty and individual rights. Her mother, Josefa Busa, was a Spanish immigrant who had left her homeland seeking better opportunities, embodying the struggles and resilience of immigrant women during that era. Libertad grew up in a household marked by intellectual debates and financial instability. Gaudencio's anarchist ideals often led to disagreements with local authorities and periods of imprisonment. Despite this, he was a loving father who encouraged creativity and free expression. Josefa, on the other hand, brought structure and tradition to their home, balancing the chaos with her practical mindset. As the youngest of 10 siblings, Libertad often had to fight for attention and space in a bustling household. Her family lived modestly in Rosario, a bustling hub of activity along the Paraná River, a city known for its vibrant immigrant neighborhoods. Libertad's talent for music and performance became evident at a young age. Family gatherings often turned into impromptu performances where she would sing and recite poems, earning the admiration of neighbors and friends. Her father, despite his ideological rigidity, encouraged her artistic inclinations, seeing in her a reflection of his youthful dreams of becoming a performer. He made rudimentary musical instruments for her and took her to local theaters whenever finances allowed. When she was just 7 years old, Libertad made her stage debut in a school play, mesmerizing the audience with her natural charisma and expressive voice. Encouraged by this early success, her parents enrolled her in local music and acting classes. Even as a child, she displayed a work ethic and determination that set her apart, often practicing for hours to perfect her craft. In 1922, when Libertad was 14, the family relocated to Buenos Aires in search of better opportunities. The move was partly driven by Gaudencio's belief that the capital offered fertile ground for artistic and intellectual pursuits. For Libertad, this move marked the beginning of her journey towards stardom. Buenos Aires in the 1920s was a dynamic city teeming with cultural activity, where tango music was flourishing, and the burgeoning film industry promised new avenues for creative expression. Settling in Barracas, one of Buenos Aires' immigrant neighborhoods, the Lamarque family encountered significant financial challenges. The Lamarque family lived in a conventillo, a shared housing complex typical of the working class immigrant population. These communal homes were crowded, often housing several families in small, interconnected rooms with shared kitchens and bathrooms. While such living conditions were difficult, they also created a sense of camaraderie and cultural exchange. She joined small local theater troupes and began performing in community events and neighborhood theaters. These gigs were often unpaid or poorly compensated, but they offered her invaluable experience and exposure. Her early days in Buenos Aires were marked by long hours and grueling commutes. She would often walk or take crowded trams to perform in theaters or social clubs in other parts of the city, carrying her costumes and props in a modest bag. The young performer was undeterred by rejection or the harsh critiques of her early work. Instead, she approached each challenge with a fierce determination to improve. Libertad's first significant break came when she was invited to perform in a zarzuela, a traditional Spanish operetta, at a local theater. Her performance was well received and opened the door for more opportunities in the theatrical world. She began to attract the attention of prominent figures in Buenos Aires' artistic circles who recognized her potential. However, her rise was not without obstacles. As a young woman trying to navigate the male-dominated entertainment industry, Libertad often faced prejudice and skepticism. Many saw her ambition and drive as unusual for a woman of her time, leading to instances where she had to prove herself doubly. Despite this, she remained undeterred, drawing strength from her father's encouragement and her mother's resilience. During this period, Libertad began to immerse herself in the world of tango, the quintessential music of Buenos Aires. Tango, with its deep emotional resonance and themes of love, longing, and hardship, spoke to Libertad's soul. She started singing tango songs at local milongas, dance halls, and soon gained a reputation for her ability to convey the raw emotion embedded in the music. One of her early struggles was mastering the dramatic delivery and intricate phrasing required for tango singing. She spent countless hours rehearsing, learning not only the technical aspects of the music, but also the storytelling techniques that made tango so powerful. Her perseverance paid off, and she began collaborating with local tango musicians, many of whom admired her dedication and talent. Let's listen to a classic Argentine tango, first composed in 1905 by Angel Villoldo, lyrics, and Enrique Saborido, music, and in this version sung by Libertad Lamarque, which she originally recorded in 1921. It is one of the earliest and most iconic tangos in Argentine music history. The lyrics of La Morocha celebrate a lively, attractive, and independent woman, referred to as La Morocha, which means the brunette in Argentine Spanish. She represents the quintessential porteña, a woman from Buenos Aires of the time, beautiful, charming, and full of personality. The song is sung from the perspective of the Morocha herself, who proudly describes her appearance and allure, while playfully boasting about her ability to captivate admirers.
Morocha Argentina.
Yo soy la morocha, la más agraciada, la más renombrada de esta población. Soy la que al paisano, muy de madrugada, brinda un cimarrón. Soy la morocha argentina, la que no siente pesares y alegre pasa la vida con sus cantares. Soy la gentil compañera del noble gaucho porteño, la que conserva el cariño para su dueño. Yo soy la morocha de mirar ardiente, la que en su alma siente el fuego de amor. Soy la que al criollito más noble y valiente, ama con ardor. Soy la morocha argentina, la que no siente pesares y alegre pasa la vida con sus cantares. Soy la gentil compañera del noble gaucho porteño, la que conserva el cariño para su dueño. Yo soy la morocha así, de mirar ardiente, ay, la que en su alma siente, ay, el fuego de amor. Soy la que al criollito, más noble y valiente, ama con ardor.
Even as she pursued her career, Libertad remained deeply committed to her family. She often used her earnings from performances to help support her parents and siblings. Her success was not only a personal triumph, but also a source of pride and relief for the Lamarque family, who had struggled to find stability since their move to Buenos Aires. Her father, Gaudencio, played a pivotal role in her journey, accompanying her to auditions and encouraging her to stay true to her artistic vision. His anarchist ideals, though unconventional, inspired Libertad to approach her work with integrity and a sense of purpose. She often credited him with teaching her the value of perseverance and the importance of fighting for one's dreams. The defining moment in Libertad's early career came when she was offered a role in the theater production El Rosal de las Ruinas, a play that required her to sing and act. Her performance was a revelation, showcasing her ability to blend dramatic intensity with musical virtuosity. This role marked her transition from a promising young performer to a rising star in Buenos Aires' cultural scene. By the time Libertad began performing professionally, her artistic style was already distinct. She combined the dramatic intensity of the theater with the emotional authenticity of tango, creating performances that were deeply moving and profoundly human. Her voice, characterized by its clarity and warmth, became a vehicle for storytelling, bringing the lyrics of tango songs to life in a way that captivated audiences. Libertad Lamarque's career was influenced and guided by several prominent figures in the early stages of her journey. While she did not have a single formal mentor, various individuals played pivotal roles in shaping her artistic development and success, particularly in the realms of tango and Argentine cinema. Francisco Canaro, one of the most influential tango composers and orchestra leaders of the early 20th century, was a major figure in Libertad's early career. Canaro recognized Libertad's vocal talent and encouraged her to hone her craft in the competitive world of tango. Under his guidance, Libertad learned the intricacies of tango phrasing, interpretation, and storytelling. Canaro's orchestral arrangements became the foundation for many of her early recordings, helping her establish herself as a respected singer. Canaro was instrumental in connecting Libertad with key figures in the Argentine music and film industries. Their collaboration on numerous tango recordings and performances helped her gain widespread recognition. While primarily a collaborator, Enrique Santos Discépolo, the renowned tango composer and lyricist, also had a mentoring influence on Libertad, particularly in her interpretation of tango lyrics. Discépolo's poetic and socially conscious tango lyrics required a nuanced understanding and emotional depth to perform effectively. Libertad's work with his compositions, such as Cambalache and Sin Palabras, showcased her ability to embody the complex emotions and themes in his work. Through Discépolo, Libertad learned how to use her voice, not just as a tool for melody, but as an instrument for storytelling, a hallmark of her performances. Alfredo Malerba, her second husband, a pianist and composer, acted as a mentor and partner in Libertad's career. Malerba accompanied Libertad during live performances and recordings, providing her with the musical foundation she needed to refine her craft. His insights into musical arrangement and performance enhanced her artistry. Libertad's early artistic influences, her family's traditions, the multicultural environment of Rosario and Barracas, and the mentorship of established artists shaped her into a performer of extraordinary depth and versatility. These formative experiences laid the foundation for a career that would make her a beloved icon in Latin American music and cinema. Libertad Lamarque's life was as complex and dramatic as the roles she played on screen and stage. Her relationships, family dynamics, and emotional resilience shaped her both as a person and as an artist, providing her with the depth and authenticity that resonated so powerfully in her performances. In 1926, at 18 years old, Libertad married Emilio Romero, a young man from Rosario. Their union was a whirlwind romance, marked by youthful passion and the challenges of early adulthood. That same year, Libertad gave birth to her only child, a daughter named Mirtha. Becoming a mother at such a young age added joy and responsibility to her life, but her marriage to Emilio was far from harmonious. Emilio's traditional views on marriage often clashed with Libertad's independent spirit and burgeoning career. As Libertad's fame grew, so did the strain on their relationship. Emilio was reportedly uncomfortable with his wife's public success, and his jealousy led to frequent arguments. Despite their difficulties, Libertad remained devoted to her daughter, balancing her demanding career with the responsibilities of motherhood. In 1935, during a trip to Chile, Libertad's life took a dramatic turn. Emilio, who was growing increasingly resentful of Libertad's success, took Mirtha without her consent and fled to Uruguay. This act devastated Libertad, who returned to Buenos Aires heartbroken and determined to fight for custody of her daughter. The legal battle that followed was grueling, but Libertad ultimately won custody of Mirtha, marking a turning point in her life. This painful experience deeply affected Libertad, both personally and professionally. It reinforced her determination to provide a stable and loving environment for her daughter, and it also informed many of her later performances, particularly her portrayals of strong, independent women facing adversity. In 1938, Libertad married Alfredo Malerba, a pianist and composer who would become her lifelong partner in her personal and professional life. Alfredo was the antithesis of Emilio, supportive, kind, and deeply appreciative of Libertad's talent. Their relationship was built on mutual respect and shared artistic ambitions. And as Alfredo became a key collaborator in Libertad's career. As a pianist, Alfredo accompanied Libertad in many of her live performances, and his musical expertise enriched her recordings. The couple often traveled together for work, and their partnership became one of the cornerstones of Libertad's success. Alfredo's unwavering support allowed Libertad to pursue her dreams without fear of judgment or resentment, and their marriage remained strong until Alfredo died in 1994. Libertad maintained close ties with her extended family throughout her life, despite the challenges they faced. Libertad's daughter, Mirtha, grew up in the spotlight of her mother's fame, but maintained a relatively private life. Libertad was fiercely protective of Mirtha, ensuring that her daughter's upbringing remained as stable as possible, despite the demands of her career. Let's now listen to Madre Selva, recorded by Libertad in 1931. Madre Selva is a deeply emotional tango written by composer Francisco Canaro, music, and lyricist Luis Cesar Amadori in 1931. The title, which means honeysuckle, is symbolic, representing nostalgia, lost love, and the passage of time. The song tells the story of a love affair remembered with bittersweet emotion. The narrator reflects on a romance that blossomed in their youth, intertwined with the imagery of a honeysuckle vine that grew around the home where the lovers once met. The honeysuckle becomes a poignant metaphor for a love that, though beautiful and cherished, has withered with the years.
Tu sombra fue mi compañera de mi niñez, sin esplendor, la amiga fue tu madre selva, cuando temblando mi amor primero, con su esperanza besa mi alma, yo junto a vos, pura y feliz, cantaba así mi primera confesión. Madre selvas en flor que me dieron nacer y en la vieja pared sorprendieron mi amor. Tu humilde caricia es como el cariño primero y querido que siento por él. Madre selvas en flor que trepando se van, es tu abrazo tenaz y dulzón como aquel. Si todos los años tus flores renacen, hace que no muera mi primer amor. Pasaron los años y mis desengaños, yo vengo a contarte mi vida pared. Así aprendí que hay que fingir para vivir decentemente, que amor es mentiras son, del dolor se ríe la gente. Hoy que la vida me ha castigado y me ha enseñado su credo amargo, desaparezco con emoción, me acerco a vos y te digo como ayer, madre selvas en flor que me dieron nacer y en la vieja pared sorprendieron mi amor. Tu humilde caricia es como el cariño primero y querido que nunca olvidé. Madre selvas en flor que trepando se van, es tu abrazo tenaz y dulzón como aquel. Si todos los años tus flores renacen, porque ya no vuelve mi primer amor.
One of the most intriguing episodes in Libertad's personal life was a rumored feud with Eva Duarte, later known as Eva Perón. The two actresses reportedly clashed on the set of the 1945 film La Cabalgata del Circo. Eva, who was then an aspiring actress and the mistress of Coronel Juan Domingo Perón, allegedly felt overshadowed by Libertad's stardom and attempted to undermine her during the production. The tension between the two women escalated when Perón rose to political prominence and became president of Argentina. Libertad, known for her outspoken personality, was rumored to have fallen out of favor with the Perón government, prompting her decision to leave Argentina for Mexico in the mid-1940s. While Libertad always downplayed the feud in public, it became part of the lore surrounding her life, adding an air of intrigue to her departure from her home country. Libertad's move to Mexico marked a new chapter in her personal and professional life. She quickly adapted to her new surroundings, becoming one of the most beloved stars of Mexican cinema and music. Despite being far from her homeland, Libertad maintained strong ties to Argentina, often visiting family and friends and continuing to record songs in Spanish. Libertad's first major success in Mexico was the film Gran Casino, 1947, directed by the legendary Luis Buñuel. Starring opposite Jorge Negrete, one of Mexico's most popular leading men, Libertad delivered a captivating performance that showcased her acting and singing talents. The film cemented her status as a leading actress and introduced her to Mexican audiences, who quickly fell in love with her charm and artistry. Throughout the late 1940s and 1950s, Libertad starred in a series of successful films that further established her as one of the most iconic figures in Mexican cinema. These films, often melodramas or musicals, allowed her to showcase her versatility as an actress and a singer. Some of her most notable Mexican films include Soledad, 1947, Madre Selva, 1954, and La Dama del Velo, 1949. In these films, Libertad's performances were often accompanied by musical numbers that showcased her signature style. Her ability to seamlessly blend acting and singing made her a standout talent in Mexican cinema, and her films became beloved classics. In addition to her film career, Libertad continued to thrive as a singer in Mexico. She recorded numerous albums and performed live to sold-out audiences, further solidifying her status as one of the most celebrated voices in Latin America. While she remained deeply connected to tango, Libertad also explored other genres popular in Mexico, including boleros and rancheras, which allowed her to connect with her new audience on a deeper level. Her collaborations with Mexican composers and musicians expanded her repertoire and enriched her artistry. She worked with legendary figures such as Agustin Lara, whose romantic boleros complemented her expressive voice. Libertad's interpretations of songs like Solamente una vez and Piensa en mí became iconic, showcasing her ability to adapt to different musical styles while retaining her emotional authenticity. Libertad's live performances in Mexico were met with tremendous acclaim. Her concerts were attended by fans from all walks of life, who admired her ability to connect with audiences on a personal level. Whether performing in grand theaters or intimate venues, Libertad captivated listeners with her powerful voice and heartfelt delivery. Her marriage to Alfredo thrived in Mexico, and the couple embraced their new life together. She became known not only for her talent, but also for her generosity and kindness, often mentoring younger artists and advocating for the arts. As Libertad grew older, she remained dedicated to her craft and continued to perform in films, television shows, and live concerts well into her 80s. Her personal life during this period was marked by both joy and loss. The death of her husband, Alfredo, in 1994 was a devastating blow. But Libertad found solace in her work and the love of her family and fans. Libertad Lamarque's years in Mexico were among the most productive and rewarding of her career. She became a symbol of grace, resilience, and artistic excellence, earning the nickname La Novia de America, America's sweetheart, for her widespread appeal across Latin America. Her impact on Mexican cinema and music was profound, and she played a key role in strengthening the cultural ties between Argentina and Mexico. By bringing tango to Mexican audiences and embracing local genres like rancheras and boleros, Libertad showcased the richness and diversity of Latin American culture. Libertad Lamarque passed away on December 12, 2000 at 92 in Mexico City. She had been hospitalized for respiratory issues shortly after completing filming for the telenovela Carita de Ángel. Her passing marked the end of an era, but her influence and artistry continue to resonate. In the years following her death, tributes and retrospectives have celebrated her extraordinary life and career. Streets, theaters, and schools in both Argentina and Mexico have been named in her honor, reflecting the profound impact she had on both countries. Her films and recordings remain widely available, ensuring that her legacy continues to inspire and delight new generations. Her discography includes more than 400 recorded songs, spanning several decades and styles. Some of her most memorable hits include Madre Selva, Besos Brujos, La Morocha, Libertad. Lamarque's story is one of triumph over adversity, a celebration of the transformative power of art, and a testament to the timeless appeal of authenticity and emotion in performance. Her ability to connect with audiences through her music and acting has made her a symbol of resilience and artistry, and her contributions to Latin American culture remain unparalleled. Today, Libertad Lamarque is remembered not only as a legendary performer, but also as a trailblazer, a mentor, and a beloved icon whose voice and spirit continue to echo across the world of music and cinema. As we reflect on Lamarque's life, let's listen to a song which she recorded in 1937 called Besos Brujos. Besos Brujos, translated as Bewitching Kisses, is a passionate tango that delves into themes of love, betrayal, and the irresistible pull of a toxic romance. Written by composer Antonio de Bassi, music, and Victor Soliño, lyrics, the song captures the anguish of a love that is both enchanting and destructive. The song is narrated by someone ensnared in a tumultuous relationship. The bewitching kisses symbolize the intoxicating allure of the lover, whose affection is both captivating and treacherous. Despite the pain and betrayal, the narrator finds it impossible to escape the powerful emotional and physical attraction.
Déjeme, no quiero que me bese, por su culpa estoy viviendo la tortura de mis penas. Déjeme, no quiero que me toque, me lastiman esas manos, me lastiman y me queman. No prolongue más mi desventura, si es un hombre bueno así lo hará. Deje que prosiga mi camino, se lo pido a su conciencia, téngame piedad. Besos brujos, que son una cadena de desdicha y de dolor. Besos brujos, yo no quiero que mi boca maldecida traiga más desesperanzas en mi alma, en mi vida. Besos brujos, si pudiera arrancarme de los labios esta maldición. Déjeme, no quiero que me bese, yo no quiero que me toque, lo que quiero es libertarme. Nuevas esperanzas en su vida le traerán el dulce olvido y así podrá olvidarme. Deje que prosiga mi camino, que es la salvación para los dos. Que ha de ser su vida al lado mío, el infierno y el vacío, su amor sin mi amor. Besos brujos, que son una cadena de desdicha y de dolor. Besos brujos, yo no quiero que mi boca maldecida traiga más desesperanzas en mi alma, en mi vida. Besos brujos, si pudiera arrancarme de los labios esta maldición.
It's been a pleasure exploring the soul of tango with you, and I hope you join me next time as we explore the music, culture, and dance that is tango argentino. Until the next time, hasta la próxima. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out my other videos and leave your thoughts in the comments.